Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Esports podcast. I'm your host, William, and with me today I have Brian
Hello.
and Brock.
Hello.
And today sucked. This isn't the right spreadsheet, but yeah, today sucked for some teams, and some teams thought it was a good day.
One team in particular sucked for.
Yeah, but we'll get right into the prediction or the analysis to start. First game was Team Liquid versus SKT. They got us, Brian.
Yeah,
They were trolling.
you doll, if you're listening or if you're here, you're right about this game, but I still don't give them a pass. They beat
That's a good point.
the fourth best team. I mean, I know we were saying they were probably better, but they weren't. So you're right about that, though.
Fourth best?
Fourth best.
Fourth best?
Yeah,
Oh no!
fourth best.
Unsure.
Big yikes.
It's 1-1.
Yeah, but that one's on the up, one's on the down.
But we
One
always
also
lose.
just beat the other.
Always lose to LMS
I know.
at least
But
once.
This game was just a straight blowout. Just SKT just completely obliterated Team Liquid. It started out really clean about 1 minute in, and then it got really bad about a minute 20 in, and then after that it was downhill from there.
You think
Yeah.
you think Mike Young needs to step up?
No.
I think Smithy is the worst player on Liquid for sure, though. This tournament.
I agree, and it's even gotten me depressed enough to be thinking like, oh, Jensen is not a import now. Impact is not an import. Let's we only have one import. Let's get a fancy jungler maybe.
Get rid of that old man.
Get rid of the old man, which makes me really sad as he's the last Immortals player on the team. But
Which one's the old man?
Smithy.
Smithy.
Okay.
But
He's younger than you. Don't worry.
I was like, wait, which one's the old man?
like I guess just keep throwing money at it until the problem gets solved eventually. But but I don't know,
Hey,
man.
maybe
He just gets
they can
outclassed.
just get like Klid.
I don't think Cliff
They
would
just-
come.
They can pay him enough, or
my
Zuhao,
options-
or Melio Diaz.
God, Meliotitis. We'll talk about him in a second. But
Yeah.
my options I was looking at, like I know they're not much. There's just like I'm just briefly looking. Was I Peanut possibly, but I wouldn't want that.
You are jumping to conclusions. I don't think they'll replace him.
I don't think they'll replace him either. I'm just saying if they do, because they have an import slot. Like I was trying to think of maybe Score on KT, but all I did really think of was Korean junglers. To be honest,
What about Ambition?
Ambition.
World champion.
How long ago did he play?
Was he on Samsung?
Ambition.
Ambition? That name rings a bell, so it had to have been soon.
I think. Oh, are you talking about the jungle? Yeah, he retired.
Yeah, he'd come out of retirement for $4 million. They pay Impact $1 million bucks.
Yeah, I thought so.
Oh, I know.
My issue with this is like, what I'm going to say is going to sound super controversial, but I don't mean it in the sense like Liquid's garbage. Like, they'll never win a game again. It's not necessarily what I mean, but like, this game kind of exposed Liquid. And not in the, like I said, not like
Well,
Liquid sucks or trash, but it shows how important it is. Well, no, it shows how big of a factor double lift is. And Clid and everyone camped the shit out of double lift. Exactly what I said was going to happen.
You were right.
And it's impossible. I don't, see, even saying impossible is hard, but it's very difficult if double lift is not even close to being ahead.
Your doll's here, by the way, now, Brian, if you want to say something. I did want to say briefly that I'm going back on my original prediction that I don't think this exposes Team Liquid. I think it's the situation where SKT plays the same style as Liquid. They're just better. So, again, Team Liquid should lose 10 games out of 10 games against SKT. I got baited because SKT looked so bad in the first week. But
What you get?
my previous prediction was like that. Just like I think IG would win 10 games against G2. They just played their style, but just way better.
Yeah.
So let's go on to the next game. Doesn't match up with that prediction at all. Oh no, sorry. This is the Flash Wolves IG game, not that one. But yeah, this is Flash Wolves IG. Flash Wolves played this one pretty well. I think Boogie.
Yeah, they did.
Boogie threw out the Zinzao. He always throws out the Zinzao. It's a very common pick in the LMS. Unlike the other regions, it's one of the rare things, like kind of like Karthus jungle in EU. And yeah, he looked really good. They looked very comfortable with an early game jungler on the team to make plays. Rather's actually pretty damn good on the Orianna. I'm quite surprised.
Yeah, the Ori looked great.
Yeah.
And you're here. You were right, 100%. But I mean, you said don't say it about PvP and G2. I mean, TL's beat them like
4 times.
4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm kidding. I don't know what to think anymore.
Yeah, it's a weird tournament. Hanabi looked amazing on the Akali. Again, that's the Hanabi that I saw from LMS. He solo killed the Shy like 3 times. Or he just like killed the Shy over and over again.
Yeah.
The Shy was getting a little camp though.
He also may have been trolling a little bit as well.
He's getting the treatment a little bit.
Yeah, he also went in on Akali at level 1 with his rush, the Kennen E, the static one, where he's like, what's it called?
Yeah.
I can't think of the name for it.
Oh, were you talking about the first?
Yeah, like right away at the beginning. I'm like,
geez.
I don't think he knew Zinzao was there.
Yeah, but it was still very cocky to go in with that, so then you have no damage at all anyway.
Yeah, what are you gonna do with that if you hit?
Yeah,
That's right. I mean,
Well, I guess you get the CC after 2 autos, but then what happens?
2 autos. No, he has to auto a few times to get the passive.
No, his
to get
E
stack.
counts as the passive, right? Isn't it 3 autos?
His E gives 1, and then his passive would give 1, and he'd have to auto him up like 3 or 4 times more. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like a 3 hit.
No,
DC.
it's usually the Q you throw out as well for the
Yeah, I
side.
don't really
like
play.
EQ passive or EQW.
Yeah, I don't play Kennen, so I wasn't sure what it
You
was.
also don't play top. Like so you.
Well, I played Kennen mid
No.
when I did, like
I faced
the
the
2
Kennen
times
today,
I played.
actually. But yeah, Hanabi looked fantastic. Betty, this was all comfort for Flash Wolves. They didn't win this game for as much as we're praising them. They didn't end up
Yeah, no,
winning.
they didn't.
But that's just IG at the end of the day. When IG freaking right here, it's like they were sick of troll. They were like, okay, we just trolled for 28 minutes. Let's go get Baron. Like that. Instantly with the Rise teleport in with the Kaisa, and did they have a mountain? I don't even know. They didn't. They just were like, we got Kaisa Rise. That can clear Baron quick enough, and they cleared it instantly, and then pulled it off a quadra kill. And it's like, oh, guess that's gonna happen now.
This was one of the I really thought Flash Wolves had it in the bag, and then it's just they didn't do anything, and it was one fight over.
Right here, you can see there's nothing happening right there.
The cliff.
That and this Elder Drake, they didn't use it at all. Like IG played smart. I know I always called them like Bronze 5 mental with best mechanics in the world, but like they do play very smart at most of the time. Just sometimes they don't. That where they had the Baron buff and they're like, okay, the Baron buff is it lasts longer than Elder. We're just gonna stand outside your base and wait and siege you out. And Flash Wolves didn't do anything about it. They just sat there, and I'm like, oh, okay. I guess you guys aren't gonna at least try to attack with your It was Baron buff plus 2 Infernal Drakes. Like they had, so that's essentially what 3 Infernals with a burn on it, especially with Ezreal. Ezreal's really good with that burn, and they didn't do anything. I was very disappointed. Next game we had PvP versus G2.
Big oof.
I don't know if you've ever seen a number in the 20Ks before on this gold graph. But if it wasn't for SKT losing in 16 minutes, this would have been the most embarrassing game of the tournament.
Oh no. This is
why I don't know what the hell to pick anymore. Like, because PvP, I don't think they look bad and really.
They don't look bad in most of their games. They just don't close games out properly.
Yeah, but like this was a smash.
Yeah, but I guess it makes it easy to close a game out if you're up, 10K at 18 minutes. That's really hard to throw. They tried To be fair, this fight right here, 3 for 3, you should not be giving 3 for 3 fights after you take a Baron and are in a 12k gold lead.
Yeah. This tough break. I don't know what to say about this.
Let's talk about Melio Diaz first. Fantastic in the playing stage. Comes out today, got sick. Like that's heartbreaking to me. That he just was like super sick and could not play.
Is that why?
Yeah, that's why he wasn't playing those first two games. Like he played so well in the playing stage as well. Like I remember when we first, because we hadn't watched Vietnam.
I have no idea who he
and
is.
like I remember like the first like days, I remember you and me both were like, this guy is really good. Like this guy's insane. And then he went like Super Saiyan this game, and did not care about the Karthus. Especially, well, actually, they brought up on the desk very important point that no one in EU, similar to NA, they don't punish the Karthus in EU as much as they should.
Yeah.
In Vietnam and China, they don't play Karthus like at all because the other team will punish you by constantly fighting and constantly ganking. And that was the strength that they mentioned, or I think Melio Diaz mentioned in his interview, is that he knew Karthus wasn't going to be there to counter gank him. So he knew any of his ganks were free. And then something is like an early game like Rek'Sai, early game ganks without a counter gank for the most part, like you're setting up yourself for success. And they did very easily.
Yeah.
Also, Perks and Mickey X did not look good again.
Mickey had a very bad game.
Mickey X had a terrible game. But I think they are the Achilles heel of this G2 team. Like, they're holding up kinda, but they're getting exposed. Kind of like how Xmithy's getting exposed on Team Liquid. I think that Perks and Mickey are getting exposed, not to the same degree, but definitely getting exposed to some of these other bot lanes.
I mean, PvB just completely looked like nameplates off. That's IG versus
Yeah,
G2.
I let me see if I can pull this up. Oops, let me
Because
see if I can pull this
Yanko's had
up.
4 kills. 2 of them were a double kill from his ult, like in passive. So his stats look like he did okay. They all did terrible.
Right there, I told Brock after the game, I'm like, first 8 minutes of G2 versus PvP. What am I watching? I didn't know IG was able to sub in for other teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a shocking game. Next game we had Team Liquid versus Flashwolf. Threw my headset on this game to be sorry for getting loud there. I literally just went like this and just went. Sorry for that mic. That was probably terrible audio, but yeah, that was so pissed with them, especially with G2 losing the Fung Fu Buffalo. I'm like, Team Liquid can legitimately be 3-3 here, and with G2's, this is without knowing what G2 did with SKT, obviously, but like I'm sitting here like, if SKT comes back and beats G2, like you're tied with G2 all of a sudden with another game to go. Like you have a shot here. You just have to close out on Flashwolves, who you essentially perfect gamed last time you faced each other.
Yeah.
No, because Team
Flashwolves has looked great going forward.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a
we were
Zinzao.
we were kind of flaming Boogie as like the weak link, but he filled the gap that he created, and they look like a much better team.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Betty's still crushing it as always. Hanabi looked fantastic on the Akali. He looked pretty good on the Kenny. He didn't do much, but his team fights were amazing. He didn't get any kill credit for it, but his team fights were amazing. But and yeah, having the Zinzao, that comfort for him. I don't think if you're facing Flashwolves, you give him Zinzao anymore. I think this is a personal ban towards Zinzao every game now. If I'm
That's crazy too.
Yeah.
no.
It's just pure comfort for Flashwolves. And
Oh,
Boogie.
yeah.
Boogie's so good on the Zinzao. He's pretty good on the Zinzao. He's pretty good on the Rek'Sai as well, which is why he gets banned a lot from them as well. He's very good on aggressive early game junglers. Similar, Jarvan is pretty good for him as well. So they did ban Rek'Sai and Jarvan, but like I've always thought he was him and Rather were the weak links of Flashwolves, and they stepped up. They put Rather on Lissandra duty, which it worked though. It worked with their team fighting, but more importantly, Team Liquid has a 1-3-1 comp, and they decided to 5v5 it with the 1-3-1 comp without even like all 5 people being there. By the way, so it's not like they made a team decision to make it a 5v5 because Impact was in the sidelines half the time doing his job, and
Impact was the only thing they had in this game. I mean, Tom Kinch just completely.
Jensen played okay.
Jensen played okay, but the Tom Kinch just makes it extremely hard for him to kill Varus. Yeah. And I mean, he didn't kill the Kinnan, obviously. Like,
yeah. It's just like you're running a 1-3-1 comp. You're not supposed to fight. This is the issue with Team Liquid. They can only run the team fighting comps. They don't run 1-3-1 at all during NA because they don't need to. Because they're just so much better than most of NA, and then they just beat them through the same style over team fighting, keep going the exact same style every single game, and no teams in NA adapt to it for the most part. Outside of, I can't really even say Cloud9, because I saw people saying that, oh, Team Liquid's only the third best team out of NA. They beat Cloud9 10 of their last 11 matches against them. Like, they destroyed Cloud9, and then I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. With Cadover.
Yeah, Cadover. Yeah, Cadover says that they just don't know how to play around Impact being ahead. Absolutely. This is like, it's happened multiple times now where Impact is stepping up to levels that even I did not expect, to be fair. Like, I think Impact's a lot better than what most people give him credit for, but this is way beyond even my expectations of what he's been doing all tournament. The rest of the team has been really failing him, I think. Double has been pretty bad.
I feel like this is the downfall of double lift teams, though. It always has been. The double lift requires so much attention to be the pop-off carry that he can be, but he hasn't been. And so they're just throwing resources at him, and they don't get anything.
Yeah.
But see, doesn't that go along with what I said on how that exposes Liquid?
Yes.
And, like, not in the sense, like I said, that they're a terrible team. It's not it. It's just that double lift is their focus. And y'all just said that Doublelift is their guy, but they don't understand that they have better players. They can do it, but Doublelift is a superstar that, like Brian said, they're just throwing things at him. And once Doublelift goes behind, Smithy's now behind because he has to stay down there, and now they can't do anything.
Yeah,
Smithy's behind just playing anyway because he's playing horribly.
Yeah, he's playing really bad. But
exactly.
I'd all said that I do not think it matters when you can camp bot lane. Agreed. Like these teams, I don't know why more. I guess it's because in NA, this is hard for if you don't watch NA for some people to believe. Smithy's the best jungler in NA by a decent margin, I think, outside of like Svenskeren. But like, and
that's a hot Svenskeren.
Yeah, hot. It's Svenskeren very hot or cold.
Very hot or cold.
If you've seen Zeros this tournament, that is Svenskeren in the jungle. But yeah, so Smithy doesn't get exposed like this against other NA junglers. He doesn't. If they gank, they always see. Or he has the vision set up, and people just fall for it over and over again, and he can counter gank on the bot lane, and it usually ends up for kills for Team Liquid. Double gets fed, everything's good, it all ends in happiness. Not in international though. This is a LMS team, and Boogie is the weak link of this LMS team, and he still is able to out jungle NA junglers. I think jungle's very weak in NA.
Seems to be, because even the Vietnam and Boogie on a champion he can play.
Yeah, he's only good on the. So yeah, Boogie definitely has limitations. Vietnam apparently they have their new Levi with Melee Diaz here. Next game we have SKT versus G2. This game started out really well for SKT. I thought the Pyke pick was hot garbage. Like when you had the beginning where he just got killed, I believe, 2 times in lane, and then just like Khan was just smacking him with Jace, and then the team comp kind of mixed together with the Pyke into the Jarvanol and the LeBlanc like damage, AoE damage from her Distort coming through as well. There was a lot of damage on people, and then just I guess it was more Jarvanol into LeBlanc for the burst, and then once they're bursted down enough, just instant Pyke ult, dead. Like it worked. I
wasn't that worried about the Pyke just because I've played him, and you get so much gold just executing people in team fights. I knew he would come back in some way. I did not expect him to come back as well as he did. but I thought he would be in a better spot than he was in lane. But
Uh,
I mean,
we also had the misfortune for Teddy. It was his first misfortune. I didn't.
Wow,
It was
weird.
okay. It was okay. It didn't.
he had that one really good ult in
In the
Dragon Pit.
Dragon Pit, that was nice. But outside of that, I guess it's okay into Tom Kench, but it's not at the same time because they get a speed buff when he eats his ADC. His ADC doesn't get hit by any of the damage, and he gets a speed buff to run out on the outside of it.
Yeah, so weird. Another matchup I was looking forward to, and SKT does some weird shit like playing Misfortune.
Yeah,
I
but
also
at the
I
same
thought
time,
it was really interesting. Sorry for talking over you.
No
I thought
problem.
it was really interesting the not taking a point in E because it's just
that. Yeah,
I think Flowers was saying it's a mana drain trap. Like it doesn't do that much, but you can just max the Q and the W and take E last.
yeah. I actually
Yeah.
was very interested in that because I suck with that E. Like I feel like I use it and I run out of mana every time I play Misfortune because I do use that quite often, and I actually go Doran's Ring on Misfortune a lot, kind of like when I play Jin and Kai'Sa as well, just because I like to use spam my abilities. But the Misfortune E does waste a lot of mana. And
Well, isn't that what you're picking? Isn't that what you're doing to counter Time Kench? Or I don't know the matchup, so I don't know. Because I think you said it's the counter Tom Kench, but wouldn't that be what you use to counter?
Yeah, I just feel like yeah, the slow from the E.
Yeah, yeah.
That does make sense. That does make sense. It would slow him down, but
It's not
I don't
that
know the
effective.
matchup though, so I don't know.
With
I
gray
don't. I'm not
with
about
gray
that.
health, if he's in the ult, it's not going to do enough to
Yeah.
counter.
Well, no. Wouldn't it be? I would assume you would use it to where if he eats the ADC, you slow him down so the ADC can't actually get away. So I wouldn't. Yeah, like I said though, I don't know.
Ooh, thank you very much, Brian's brother, Matt. I was like,
Hey, what's up?
thank you very much for that subscription. Congrats on getting plat. I heard that. I'm jealous. I'm still gold 1 this year.
Yeah, this for now.
For now. I'm gold 1 on 2 accounts now. Moving on up. But yeah, I did want to point out, I know you said something about Misfortune going or being troll pick. I can't defend Korea for that as much because they went against Pike top. You gotta go if like G2 did a troll pick as well and it worked. Like I know they're much better at it than Korea is because Korea is like Liquid where they play one style. They don't experiment. They're just amazing at that one style. But I don't know. I as Team Liquid losing the Flash Wolves made me. I'm so annoyed with this team. But with SKT losing the G2 again, I really am like. I think SKT is a little overhyped. I'm starting to think it.
Okay, Idol's going to crucify you in chat for saying that.
I think G2 and G2 just got destroyed the PvP before this, so like them getting to destroy the PvP, I'm like SKT should be able to stomp them then, right? And they didn't. They just got smashed. But I think it's not necessarily SKT. It's almost like Korea isn't adapting to the. They're so slow to this with the vision nerfs, especially. That's the main thing. The main thing is the vision nerfs to the Sightstone only having 3 charges instead of 4, and the wards having like an extra 30 seconds, I believe, or like 30 less seconds on the timer. I don't remember the exact amount of time on that. But all these things that Korea used to do so that they would never be able to take risks. Teams like IG don't care about risks. They're going in on a team fight. If you poke them once, it's like that's all out war. Like you just offended them and they have to, to go in.
You know what IG reminds me of, which no one in chat's going to know this reference, but IG reminds me of Spud if anyone ignites.
They do.
That's what IG reminds me of.
It's literally, I am going to run it down into you until I kill you.
Yeah,
because you touched me.
Yes.
For anyone who doesn't know, for reference, our friend, whenever he plays top lane mostly or jungle, and he plays like Trick 2G, where he just pushes till he dies and just opens the gates. And if you try and fight him, he will just try and kill you every single time.
He will just
Doesn't matter how behind he is. Oh yeah,
Doesn't matter how many people you bring.
he
Doesn't
will
matter.
try to 1v5, but
Doesn't
it
work
works
out.
like maybe 2% of the time.
Yeah.
Maybe.
When
Maybe.
he's fed, when he was fed on Nasus, whenever he would play Nasus, it might work.
Yeah. Outside of that, not so much.
No.
Final game was IG versus PvB. This game again was PvB. Melodia started out strong with that first kill, and then just this one wasn't as exciting as the first time these two teams faced. I was kind of looking forward to that.
Started out exciting.
It did start out exciting, not as exciting as the first
Definitely
game.
not out. I don't think we'll ever see a game that exciting.
Yeah, that game was just insane. But yeah, this was more IG just overran PvB. You had Rookie against Null. Same matchup as what Jensen did, but Rookie just 10 times better than Jensen. So he just smashes Null with it. And Null is actually worse than Rather as well. So that's And then you have Jackie Love and Balan. The Zyra Khan just were too much for Big Coro and Palette, who have been playing phenomenal this tournament, by the way.
Yeah, I think Jackie Love is my. Well, I mean, you can't say Rookie's worse than Jackie Love because he's just not. But Jackie Love has been doing work this tournament.
I've been saying it since Worlds last year. I think people flame Jackie Love for no reason. Like they're like, oh, he's not the Rookie or the Shy. Like, he's damn good as well. I had him in the second best because I thought Teddy Mata were playing phenomenal in Korea as well. But I'm gonna put Jackie Love and Bala in the best bot lane right now in the world, and that's not good for other teams when the best bot lane in the world has a nice mid laner called Rookie and a nice top laner called the Shy, and then an enting amazing jungler called Ning that will force his laners to get a kill because he's going in no matter what, and you just gotta follow him.
Yeah, I think they were saying something about how Ning. It may have been Ning, it may have been someone else, but Ning will always trade himself for a
Ning.
carry.
That was Ning.
Yeah.
he will always, and that, I believe one of the, I think it was Freak, said that Ning would trade himself for Raptor Camp. like if there was a Raptor Camp out there, like that's enough gold. That's almost a kill. It's worth fighting for. Anything. Ning is like the next evolution of MLXG. It's like they're the same player. They just are going to fight. If they're ahead, the only way to get more ahead is the team fight. If you're down, the only way to get ahead from being down is the team fight. It's the only thing you need to do. And if you're even, the only thing you need to do to get ahead is team fight. And that is Ning's philosophy. And most of the LPLs, to be fair. So those are the games, though. Let's go into this week's games. Or today's games, I should say. They start at 6 a.m. again, so I can actually wake up early and watch them live. First up, we have G2 versus Flash Wolves. G2 coming off a big victory against SKT. Flash Wolves coming in off a huge victory for them against Team Liquid. Mm-hmm. I wanted to block it out of my mind. So
I made sure you couldn't.
But I think that G2 is just on another level than Flash Wolves, and I think that Flash Wolves, even though they're performing really well, and they almost beat IG, which kind of makes me think that Flash Wolves can take this game. I don't think this is going to be a blowout. I'm going to pick G2, but I think that Flash Wolves, if G2 bans Xin, which they should, and they ban Rek'Sai, this game won't be close. But if they don't and they leave Xin open, I can see this being an upset. But I think they will, so that's why I'm picking G2.
Yep. I think this game could literally go either way. I think these teams are a lot closer than I thought they should have been yesterday.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Flash Wolves has shown a ridiculous amount, even in losses, and it's very tough to pick either one because I really don't know which one I want to pick. But I said yesterday I think G2 is the second best team, which, oh boy, hopefully they still are. So I'm going to pick them over Flash Wolves, but like you said, I'm not going to be surprised if Flash Wolves.
Yeah, they need to ban the Zinzo. Brian?
I don't like picking any of these games today because I guess technically today, yesterday, whatever you want to say for them. Yeah. Yesterday for them, it's so close, but I'm going to go G2 just because I think Caps is better than who's the Flash Wolves mid laner? Rather. I think Caps, if he gets a pick, just some pick that he can pop off on, Silas Akali. I think he's just that much better.
Yeah. I think something that we didn't talk
But
about, I don't think Wonders had a good tournament.
Wonder has been awful.
It's kind of weird. But he's been enough. He's been good enough for them to. I think Cap's been popping off, and Yankos has been a phenomenal tournament as well.
Yankos has been okay. Yankos has had the most consistency, but Caps has had more carry games.
So that brings us to game number 2. Oh, this game was so easy until yesterday. This game was so easy to pick until yesterday.
All right.
Because Team Liquid is 4-0 against Fung Fu Buffalo this year. Or this year, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
But this tournament. 4-0. And they've gotten better on each game. It started out like, oh, maybe they got aced at the Ocean Drake in game 1. Game 2, a little shaky, but not too bad. Game 3 was a stomp. Game 4, the first game of this group stage, they destroyed them. Like, they absolutely destroyed Fung Fu Buffalo. And then Fung Fu Buffalo comes out and destroys G2. Team Liquid comes out and gets destroyed. I thought their worst game so far of the tournament was against SKT until they played against Flash Wolves. Then that was the worst game of the tournament. And yeah, they're definitely Fung Fu Buffalo and Flash Wolves are on the up, and they look like they're learning from this tournament a lot, which is terrifying for the Vietnam region. Good luck facing this team now after all they've learned. And terrifying for the LMS as well, because the LMS is kind of dead outside of Flash Wolves and Mad, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm stupid. I'm picking Team Liquid just because...
You're a Liquid fan?
Yeah, it's desperation. I don't want to... I'm going to cry if they lose to Fung Fu Buffalo.
Yeah.
If they lose to Fung Fu Buffalo, they're out. They're out if they lose to Fung Fu Buffalo.
I'm going to pick Team Liquid, too, because maybe Team Liquid has just figured out Fung Fu, but...
But Fung Fu's grown.
Fung Fu looks like a brand new team.
They do.
Honestly, actually, no. I'm to change mine to Fung Fu. I think Meliadis is just going to absolutely shit on Xmithy.
That's probably going to happen.
And I think Big
I'm going
Koro,
down with the ship.
And I think Big Koro can beat Double Lift.
Yeah, said they actually need this one. Both teams do technically though at the same time. Fung Fu Buffalo need to beat Liquid here, as Liquid is arguably the 4th or 5th team at the moment with the way Flash Wolves has been going up.
Maybe 6th?
Maybe 6th, depending on how this game goes, and that kills me inside. I don't want to talk about that anymore.
This is how I don't know if any of y'all in the chat watch hockey, but I'm a Dallas Stars fan, and Will was saying how fun it is to watch playoff hockey without a horse in the race. And I'm not a Liquid fan. I'm an NA fan, so I don't really care how Liquid does. I just care about the region. So I don't feel like I'm being a traitor. I just want a spicy game.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, I heard Immortals might possibly come back. I might have another team. Might be going back to
Double Lift is going to go there.
Then you can just become an Immortals fan since you're an Immortals fan. That's why you're a Liquid fan.
I would definitely be a big Immortals fan again.
You can sell all your stuff.
I can't sell it. But yeah. Brock, who do you have?
Jesus. I want to say Buffalo. I would like to say Liquid because, like you said, they beat this team so many times.
Convinced it better and better each time.
Yeah, and it's like, but for me, it's so hard. Well, actually, the only thing that makes it more difficult is the fact that teams now see what happens if you camp bot lane. Like, people knew that Double Lift is their carry, but they still didn't camp the bot lane. Mm-hmm. And that's 2 games in a row where it happened, and honestly, Liquid looked like they didn't know what they were doing, and through some of the team fights, because the second game, Doublelift I'm pretty sure Doublelift didn't die in lane, but he was put behind because of everything else, and they looked lost. They didn't look like they knew what they were doing in either of the games.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Buffalo, but I would like to see if Xmithy can stop that. If Xmithy can stop
ending
the bot lane camp.
If TL wins this game, I think it's through Jensen beating Null.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Has to be Jensen and that's where he's brought in for. He was brought in to not be pole vaulter. He wasn't for the first like 5 games of this tournament that they played, and now
When
he's
they
gone
played
back.
Fongbu
Yeah,
versus
they
Null.
played Fungbu for 4 of those 5 games.
I think we need, at this moment, we need to talk to the head of Liquid and make sure Jensen doesn't get on Twitter and says he's going to clap anybody. We need
None
to
of
make
that.
sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll call up Steve real quick.
yeah,
Let him know.
we
Yeah,
got
we
his
need-
number.
Yeah, we need to make sure that doesn't happen.
Next is G2 versus IG. IG go next. This team is until I see anything. I think G2. Been saying that. I think G2 is the second best team in this tournament. I think G2 is going to go to the finals this tournament. IG is going to 3-0 them in the finals. That's how confident I am, and they're going to beat them here too. I can't see this. I think this team is going to go 16-0. I want to say 16-0, but they're gonna throw a damn game. The Funk
They're gonna drop a game. They've almost dropped a few. So
I disagree, Keto. But I think this game's gonna be a blowout in IG's favor.
I don't know.
I hope it's close.
I hope it's close because I like seeing interesting games. But
Yeah.
I just think IG is on when. I think that they respect SKT and they respect G2. I don't think they respected G2 in game 1. I think the first time they played, but I think they respect G2 now that they've beaten SKT 2 games in a row. And when IG respects teams, they actually start to try. And it is terrifying to watch them try and not end every time. Not have what did they call?
Watch them try.
Oh, it's amazing because you see like, oh yeah, these guys actually aren't just ending every time to get a team fight all the time. They're actually strategically planning these team fights, and they're winning them very well. they're not there to have fun or be happy or whatever they said for their other games. I think they'll take this one seriously, and it's gonna be a bloodbath.
I think if they give Caps Silas, they're trolling.
IG.
Yeah.
Do you think Rookie
they
can beat him if he's on Silas?
I mean, it's Rookie, so
Yeah,
yes.
Rookie.
But...
Rookie's like 7-0 against Caps in the last like 7 shots.
yeah, Caps does have that mental
He
block
gets
against Rookie.
destroyed to Rookie.
Never mind,
every
this
time.
isn't close. IG wins.
I'm telling you, it's the same thing. Like how I said before, I don't think Team Liquid could ever take a game off SKT. That was my original prediction. Sorry for the wrong one up there. But I think it's just the same thing. I just think IG plays the same style as G2. They're just way better at all 5 positions at the same style. Brock, your pick?
I agree. I think IG's going to win, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I also don't think it's going to be like, this is the closest game ever. But I
Did you
think
see
this is
game
going to
one
be
against them with these teams?
Probably.
I mean, I think IG smashed them. So.
G2 started out 3-0, and then I think at one point it was like 15-4 or something. But like G2 was the 4.
You know what? This is why they play again.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I mean, you can't judge one game based off of another game.
Oh no, definitely not in this tournament either. Because
but I think it's like the difference between their bot lane is astronomical. Like between Jackie Love and Perks, I think that is the biggest difference between like diamond to bronze. Like not saying Perks is bad, but Perks is definitely not the AD carry Jackie Love is.
You did call him bronze.
Yeah, I did call him bronze. No, I'm saying the difference between the two
I
players.
get what you meant. I'm trolling.
Yeah, but I think Perks is not on Jackie Love's level. I think that's going to cause. Yeah, no. But I don't. I think Caps knows he needs to do something. I think he's going to, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
I think Mickey's lack of practice has shown.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Because I think Perks has played pretty well for everyone. I mean, not flaming him, but like kind of writing him off. I think Perks has played better than like I expected for sure.
Oh, I even though I read him off, I think
lanes.
I just think that Mickey hasn't looked as good as he did in EU for sure, and it makes sense with the injury. It really does.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But he probably looks better than Promiscu even with the injury. Sorry to flame him. But
You've seen Promiscu for like what, 2 games, 3 games?
and they didn't look good. But yeah, I know. I think IG will stomp them. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I really don't see this game being close. I think that Rookie's gonna smash Caps in the mid lane for a seventh or eighth time in a row at this point, and I think that no, sorry, it's only 5 times in a row because it was 3-0 then 2-0, so this would be the fifth time in a row. And then I think that Wonder has not played very well this tournament, and the Shy has fed a lot this tournament as well. But he also, last time he faced Wonder, he did not feed. But it was also against Vayne top Akali. Don't do that. Don't do that again. By the way,
Hey,
G2.
what happens if Caps picks man? We've seen it once.
But Rookie's the better
Ooh.
Akali on the team, which is terrifying to think. So don't give him Akali if you're gonna pick Vayne into a solo lane.
Right?
But yeah, that's. I think IG should be fine, but could be wrong.
Yeah, I think they'll win.
SKT versus Flash Wolves is the next game. I think that SKT should be able to take this one. They should, but I think Team Liquid struggling has covered up the fact that SKT is also really struggling.
Oh yeah.
Just to be brutally honest, SKT is the only better team that SKT's beaten than Liquid has is Liquid. Like, all they've beaten is Flash Fu, Slung Fu, Buffalo, and Liquid. That's it. I still think
I'm
they'll beat
actually gonna go with the. Okay, I wish I could do an asterisk. If this was like the regular season, I think we would give ourselves. You know, we give ourselves like one asterisk a season. If Boogie gets Rek'Sai or what's it called? Rek'Sai or Zinzao, I think Flash Wolves wins for sure.
Okay.
And I'm still actually going to pick Flash Wolves because I think the Korea Killers are going to get one game off Korea.
That'd be so funny. That'd break my heart though as a Team Liquid fan.
I think so. And I don't know. I just don't. I know SKT is trolling.
They could.
But
they could.
yeah.
They baited me yesterday.
Yeah, not me.
I don't know. Yeah. Brock, have you picked all of SKT's games right or no?
I think he has.
I think I have.
No, you didn't. You picked them to beat G2
No.
in the first day. But
Yeah.
outside of that,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Pretty good. They're giving other regions hope. I mean, maybe SKT wants to come in as the fourth seed or third or fourth seed, and then they're just gonna unleash. But
yeah.
who knows?
So do you just Yadal and cut over? I can ask you guys while we do the more predictions. Since assuming IG's gonna get first, assuming that's gonna happen, it's almost already clinched. But do you think SKT beats G2 in a best of 5? Because that's what they're going to have to do. Because IG's going to pick Team Liquid, Flash Wolves, or Fung Fu, whatever the three get out to the fourth spot. And then while they're thinking about that, let's talk about the next game, which is Invictus versus Team Liquid.
You didn't let me pick.
Oh, sorry. I apologize. I thought you picked
you
SKT
don't get to
already.
pick.
How dare you? You were right. I do pick SKT. Because, not even because, like how y'all said SKT's trolling or SK didn't look so good. SKT's only lost to the teams that I expected to be above SK.
That is true.
They've only lost to Invictus and G2. And both of those teams I expected to be. It's not good losses.
They're very ugly losses.
No, they're not good. But I'm not. You know what? I'll do one better. They lost to G2. I'm not counting the IG loss because they picked Sonatarek. I don't like that shit. I'm not counting that loss. As far as I know, they're 3-2. They played one less game than everyone else. I'm not even counting that as a good.
Idol says that he thinks SKT will easily beat G2 in a best of 5. That's bold.
Oh.
That's bold. I like it because I don't like Europe that much, but that's bold. Kadova is kind of like how I feel, where he doesn't know how to, he or she, don't know, but he doesn't know how to answer. And I feel like that's the way I feel as well. Because SKT is always better in best of 5s, but G2 has just smashed them in the first 2. Next up, we have, we have IG versus Team Liquid. Mm-hmm.
Going for another Oh, wait. IG versus Team Liquid.
Yeah.
Oh, you scrolled down. I was
Yeah,
looking. You
yeah.
told me. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, going for another record. IG SKT. No, but okay. Yeah.
Might be going for another record. IG versus Team Liquid.
Probably still stands.
Because Team Liquid does play the Sonatar. If Sonatark is open, does Team Liquid pick it?
I don't think you can.
Do not pick it. Do not pick it. Do not get. I'm telling you, if somehow Kane watches this before the game, do not pick it if IG tries to bait you to pick it. Do not do it. Jackie Glove is going to run you over.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think they should leave it open, see what happens, because
No.
they can give a game. They can give They
Oh.
can. I think IG can give a game. Like they're fine, so why not try and let them play it and just bait them into it?
Brock, what do you think about it?
What? Hang on, I got. Which
No,
game are we on right now?
IG versus Team Liquid.
IG, by the way. Hey, Sandy.
Oh yeah, IG. Yeah, ooh, big guy.
The question though, Brock, was if Sarek or Tona Sarek. Oh my God.
Tona Sarek.
Sona and Tarek is left open by IG. Do you pick it as Team Liquid? Because you've played it before.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely not. Especially if IG comes into this knowing they should camp bot lane. That is the last two people you want to be playing knowing someone's going to camp you. Because if you get behind, you are not coming back.
Maybe Ning picks Kane and AFKs for the first 10 minutes so they can scale up. You know, that's what we call wishful thinking.
Very wishful thinking. I also like, Idol said that. We also thought Griffin would give SKT a challenge in the finals. I absolutely did. And they destroyed them. They absolutely destroyed Griffin.
I feel like Idol's a big SKT fan, and I'm a big fan of him right now.
Like, yeah, you guys should be best friends here.
Hang out, yeah. Seriously.
I do like SKT a lot, to be fair. But I'm questioning some things. I'm just trying to. I don't want to give anyone a free pass, even though I give IG free passes for hunting. But outside of that, I'm trying to limit my free passes I give out.
You know, I'm just looking for the greater good of NA, and they're not doing themselves any favors,
No,
but
they're
I want
not.
Korea to be in the play-ins next MSI, and if SKT does well, it's not going to happen.
That's a good
No, I'm
point.
kidding.
That's a good
That
point.
wouldn't happen anyway.
We
but-
would need 2 years of Korea sucking for that to happen.
Well, we've had one, so
Yeah, we've had one.
Yeah, we have.
Final game, though. Let's wrap it up. I said early, a quick podcast in 47 minutes. SKT versus Fung Fu Buffalo. Fung Fu just destroyed G2, by the way, and we have them. I have them losing to Team Liquid, but you guys have them coming off of a win off Team Liquid. So this Fung Fu
Yeah.
team's coming off 2 of the last 3 games wins. Do they win against SKT?
no.
Short and
They've
quick.
got the faker effect. I mean, I just think if there's a mid laner that can absolutely smash Null, it's not going to happen. And I think Jensen can in that game, but I think the jungle difference is huge. And I think Klid and Meliodius are both really good. So I don't think they can take advantage of it. Or I don't think they can shore up the hole that Null is.
I also have SKT for the sense that if they start snowballing, PvB can attack early and can take advantage early of SKT, but we're never going to see them go up 10k like they did against G2. That's a once in a lifetime type situation where you're up 10k at 20 minutes and then finish the game 22k ahead.
Yeah, that's tough.
When have you ever seen a 22k gold lead?
Yeah.
That does not 14k is a blowout. But yeah, this is going to be
10k is a blowout.
10K, I know. This is more than double of a blowout. That's how it's. You can't even think of that. This is like if it was football, it was 100 to 0. That's how bad PvB beat G2. But again, PvB will probably get a lead early in this game, I would say, but it'll only be 2 to 3k, and then we'll be sitting here oh, maybe they can pull it out. But then they will. This is the toughest team in the one of the toughest team in the tournament to actually close out a game against. SKT very good at exposing your mistakes and then punishing them through that. Where I think that's why I think they're going to be able to beat PvB, because PvB makes one too many mistakes, and when you're up 10k, those mistakes are fine. If you're up 2, 3k, they're not so fine.
Mhm.
Brock, gonna guess SKT.
Yeah. I'm gonna say SKT because I feel like Jaculo is gonna be fine bot lane, so I think that's gonna open up and for Klid to just camp the shit out of Faker. He's gonna stay mid lane so long, and they're gonna put Faker on some hyper carry. I hope, and I think Faker's gonna take over whatever Teddy isn't doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think SKT should be fine. I think they'll be fine in both their
Oh.
games. Flash Wolf scares me a lot more than this one does.
What I will say that I've been waiting to say for a very long time is I hope SKT doesn't make me look as bad as Liquid's making you look.
Shut up. Oh, I'm depressed.
For anyone listening in the future, we're talking in chat, and William said, I said that they're not going to beat the 3-time world champs, and William said 3-time NA LCS champs, right? And I said the 3-time minor league champs.
Yeah,
Oh, shut up.
that's 2 Liquid burns right back to back.
Thank you guys for coming to watch. We'll see how day 4 goes. Hopefully it's a lot better than day 2. Day 3. And they will be heading home to watch the conclusion of Game of Thrones. It's way too early for me to say anything Game of Thrones related. It's only like an hour after. But thank you guys for coming to watch. See you next week, or tomorrow, when Team Liquid pulls an upset off of IG tonight, and we will all be shocked and happy, right? Yep, that's totally gonna happen.
I would be happy, but
I would be happy, but not gonna happen. Good night,
That
guys.
happened. That happened. I might not be able to podcast.
Good night.